Hello, Durud and Shalom. Hi, everyone. Guys, I have a special program for you. I am going to respond to Ana Kasparian's lies about against Israel. I've decided that the best thing that we could do with this channel is to just go and get all of the people who are saying, one of the things that we could focus on. Because, guys, I'm not exaggerating. Defending Israel today is defending the world. The enemies of Israel are the enemies of the world. Because Israel and Ukraine are doing most of the heavy lifting when it comes to fighting the enemies of the modern world order that we all are enjoying. And given that the people of Israel are paying most of the price for standing in the way of the people who want to hurt what we have right now around the world, the least we could do is to support them, especially given that instead of being thanked, they're constantly being condemned. Oh, Heavy Gretel. Hey, Heavy Gretel, you going to stay with us today? It's good to have you in the chat. So Heavy Gretel is here. Angry Keyboard Warrior is here. Debbie, Jack, Jewish Samantha is here. Nail Bunny is here. So yeah, we need to respond. Do you guys agree? We need to I do a good job at responding to these idiots and their idiotic things. By the way, this show that I have right now above me, she's with Tucker Carlson. She went to Tucker Carlson's show trying to be a representation of the horseshoe theory. It's amazing how when it comes to the Jews, illiberal people just find each other. They just, how within Islam, you have so many disagreements. People are constantly fighting with each other. There is no unity in Islam. Muslims constantly fight and kill each other. But there's no unity in Islam except over one thing. The main unity you could find in Islam is over Jews, the hatred for Jews, more than Tawheed. Like Muslims will tell you that Islam is about Tawheed, and Tawheed is what makes us the same. Not true. They actually disagree on Tawheed about what that means. That's why the many Sunnis call Shias mushrikeen. But the actual thing that unites them is the hatred for Jews more than anything else. And this is true now with American politics. That's the same thing. So you have the far right, and the far left. They disagree with each other on many things, but not when it comes to the Jews. The Jews brings them together. Yep. So let's actually. But by the way, guys, attacking Israel sells these days. Like sells. If you really want to do well on social media. Like if I wanted to, guys, if I wanted to make sure that this channel blew up, this is what I have to do. I have to be like, I have to come and basically at some of my shows, I'll be like, guys, I don't know, this is not looking good. And after a couple of shows, if I then come and say, I changed my mind, I used to be a Zionist, now I'm against Israel, this is the best way to get seen, it's just very popular to attack Israel, and that's why there's so much demand for it. That's why there's so much content being made attacking Israel, because people who attack Israel, they're just noticing that as soon as they start attacking Jews or Israel, their viewers increase, their subscribers, donations will go up, and yeah, that's the reality. So it's very important for the few of us who understand that Israel is standing on the right side of history and that the rest of the world needs to be grateful. It's really important for us to actually keep speaking up. Oh, Gene, is that you? Your username is not at all like your name. Guys, don't change your profile pictures because I have no idea who's who anymore because of the new method. So let's actually start playing now that there's some people here. So let's see what Anna says here. This is on Tucker Carlson. She went on Tucker Carlson. Let's see what she has to say.
What's really depressing, though, is, we provide a lot of the weapons that Israel has. And Israel sold weapons to Azerbaijan to carry out the ethnic cleansing of ethnic Armenians from Nagorno-Karabakh.
What?
Yep.
Is that confirmed?
Yes, it's confirmed. It's absolutely confirmed.
Israel sold weapons to Azerbaijan to kill the Christians.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
To Azerbaijan to kill the Christians? Wait, hold on. What the fuck?
Confirmed.
Israel sold weapons to Azerbaijan to kill the Christians.
To kill. Oh my god. Oh my god, guys, I'm speechless. This is too stupid. This is too stupid. I cannot deal with this. This is too stupid. These people are idiots. Holy shit, where do I start? Oh my god, this is too much stupid. This is guys, I'm seriously speechless. Israel sells the weapons that it makes in the international markets to any country who buys it, like any other country. I'm trying not to swear. Every country that has weapons manufacturing, when other countries come and say, "Can I have some of that, please?" And they're like, "Of course, why are you even asking? We made them so that other people come buy them." That's what every country does. But only Israel gets condemned for it. Guys, if Azerbaijan bought those same weapons from, I don't know, Russia, would you guys condemn Russia? I mean, Russia is condemned. We condemn Russia for Ukraine. But I'm sure internationally people won't be like, "Oh, Russia sold weapons to Azerbaijan." Azerbaijan could buy those weapons from anybody. Of course, Israeli weapons are superior, so they buy it from Israel. Holy shit, what are they supposed to do? They have a weapons manufacturing industry so that countries come and buy them, so that they come buy them. Holy shit, look at what Tucker did. Tucker is saying to kill the Christians. Guys, you see how tribal this is? This is not about human lives. This is not about human lives. The Christians. Oh, just the Christians. Holy shit. Look, and Anna, since when you have started to focus the lives of Christians over other people? I see the crowd that you're trying to appeal to. I see the crowd that you're trying to appeal to, Anna. When we're like, did Anna go around before and go like, "Oh, the Christians, they're going after the Christians"? Is that what she used to talk about? No, this is a new audience that they're going for. This is a far-right anti-Jewish, sometimes Christian anti-Jewish far-right group that she's going for as a new way to gain more followers, popularity. She lost the progressives maybe over the trans stuff, so now she's trying to appeal to anti-Jewish, Christian anti-Jewish hatred. I see the chat is busy. Guys, make sure you like the stream. Somebody saying, "Well, she is Armenian," to be fair. Doesn't matter. She didn't. Progressives don't go around and say Christians are going after Christians. By the way, she is an Armenian who is a host on a show called The Young Turks, which is named after a group that committed actual genocide on Armenians. So you're saying, well, she's Armenian, to be fair. I mean, it didn't make her, it didn't bother. That wasn't an issue when she became a host on a show named after a group that committed genocide on Armenians. Holy shit. But this is not the craziest part. Yeah, actually, Jean is saying, Jean, is that you? That is you. Jean is saying she doesn't care when Muslims kill Christians, when Muslims kill Christians. Yes. By the way, guys, who do you think is killing more? I mean, Azerbaijan is technically Muslim, but it's not an Islamic country. Like Islam, even though they are Muslim, they are not Islamic. They do not use Islam as a way to justify anything. They're a secular, patriot, nationalistic country. Oh yeah, that is Gene. I'm trying to pay attention to the chat at the same time. But look at the what Tucker, because I came here to get angry at Ana, and this is insane what she's saying. But the worst part is where Tucker says, look at, did you see the two? Did you see where he said two? Is that not sneaky? And Ana confirms it. Look at this.
Israel sold weapons to
Israel sold weapons to Azerbaijan.
To kill the Christians.
To kill the Christians. Oh, I didn't know that. Israel was like, hey, how can we get the Christian, our Christian body count quota? I know. Azerbaijan, here's some weapons. Can you make sure that you use these weapons for no other reason other than killing Christians, because we want to kill Christians? That was the intention. It's not that any normal country with a weapons manufacturing industry, when somebody comes and buys from you, you just sell it. No, Israel made those weapons and gave it to Azerbaijan with the intention of getting Christians killed. That's how Tucker is framing it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is insane. So we got a super chat saying flag of Israel represents a demon god. I don't know. Insanity. You're insane. Whoever gave us that super chat. Unbelievable. See, guys, do you see how much hatred for Israel, how common the hatred for Israel is? I don't even know. That guy is weird. Somebody saying Israel is not perfect. Well, it's good that we're not making that claim. So, we got a more sane super chat now by Angry Keyboard Warrior saying, these far-right guys then go to say that killing Christians in Congo is just Zionist propaganda from what I've observed. Really? I haven't seen that. Interesting. I'm going to keep an eye. I'm going to keep an eye on that. But look, he says they sold weapons to Armin, Azerbaijan to kill Christians, and then Ana, oh yeah, you people, you far right Christians, that's what you like? Oh yeah, that's what they're doing.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. Unbelievable, insane. Let's go to the next video. Is that the same? Hold on, I think that's the same. Or is this the same location? I have so many videos. I don't even know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay.
Place to determine who governs or who.
I hate the music that they put on it. I am Isa. We got more super chats. Hold on. Yeah, Diamond Encrusted Abdullah gave us a super chat saying I am Isa. Isa means Jesus. Okay, buddy. Hold on. Let me see. Here. This is Diamond Encrusted Abdullah going crazy with super chats, and that was Angry Keyboards Warrior super chat. Thank you for that. All right, let's see what she has to say here. And again, the music, guys, they added music to make you emotional.
It's not my place to determine who governs or who rules Iran. It's up.
Wait, was that from the beginning?
It's not my place to determine who governs or who rules Iran. It's up to the Iranian people to make that decision.
You don't think it's up to you?
Hell no, I live in America. I'm an American. Who am I to tell any country who their leader should be?
Obviously, we like to see a regime change.
Are you? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. The Iranian people don't want their government. The Iranian people don't want this government. Does she not know that? Guys, does Ana not know that the Iranian people don't want this government? In fact, if you don't want America to tell Iranian people who their government should be, then I have a suggestion. Stay the fuck out of the way of Israel and let Israel finish the job. That's what you could do as America. Because Israel was this close. Israel was this close to taking out Khamenei. And if that had happened, right now, me as an Iranian wouldn't have to suffer the Islamic Republic occupying my country. It was America. It was your views. It was you people who are on the far right and the far left that are responsible right now for the Iranians having to tolerate, to continue to be crushed under the weight of poverty that this government, the Islamic Republic, has forced upon the Iranian people. It is because of you that they have to continue to deal with that shit. Israel was almost done getting rid of the government that the vast, vast majority of the Iranian people hate. And you're like, oh, we shouldn't be meddling. Well, don't fucking meddle then and let Israel do its thing. Your president stopped him. Your president stopped Netanyahu. That was the meddling. That's the meddling that you should be against. Unbelievable. We shouldn't meddle. Who are we to tell the Iranian people? The Iranian people don't get to choose their government. Do you understand that? The Iranian people don't have the government that they want. Look at this. I will respond to the super chats once I finish this.
My place to determine who governs or who rules Iran. It's up to the Iranian people to
You
make
don't think
that
it's up to
decision.
you?
Hell no, I live in America. I'm an American. Who
So here's another fucking isolationist mindset. This is an isolationist brain, basically a retarded brain, that doesn't understand that countries help each other, that people in the world help each other, and she should know that because I'm an American. I'm an American. Well, you wouldn't get to be an American if France didn't help you against the British. You fucking moron. There would be no such thing as an American if the France didn't help you against the British Empire. It's not about getting to tell people what they want or what government they should have. It's about helping each other, helping the people in a country be able to have the government that they want. They decide what they want, and you could help. But if you don't want help, then just stay the fuck out, because we are helping each other. Israelis and Iranians are helping each other. Just stay out of our way. But you can't. You keep condemning, you keep pressuring your government to try to stop Israel. So meddling is bad, but no, not unless you do it. Not unless you do it. Not unless you try to pressure your president to force Netanyahu to stop the war in Gaza against Hamas. Not unless you pressure Trump to stop Israel from helping the Iranian people getting rid of their supreme leader. When it comes to actually getting involved in forcing Israel, I mean, Israel has a right to defend itself, but no, when Israel is defending itself, then we meddle. Then we meddle. Oh, because it's genocide. Because you based on, I don't know what idiotic definition of genocide, you guys decided that that's genocide. Yeah. No, guys, don't. Was this guy spamming? Oh, it's okay. Yeah, that was a spam. Yeah, that's a good decision. If somebody is spamming too much, time them out. But if they are just, yeah, that was too many. But if they are anti-Israeli, let them be here. We want to see anti-Israeli people here. Let them be. So let's see what she's saying.
Who am I to tell any country who their leader should be?
Obviously, we like to see a regime change. At least I would in Iran, just as I would like to see in Iraq. The question.
Look at that. Look at the example that they're showing you, okay? She says, who am I to tell every country who their leader should be? The examples that they're showing us is Iran under the Islamic Republic. And when that video came out, that is the video when Iraq was under Saddam. So when she thinks, who am I to tell a country who their leader should be? Those are the examples you're giving us? Saddam and the Islamic Republic? You think the people in Iraq loved Saddam, wanted Saddam as their government? Do you think the Iranian people want Islamic Republic? So the Iranian people have chosen the Islamic Republic and they want that. And the Iraqi people want Saddam. And then evil Netanyahu is saying that he would be happy if these leaders are gone against the will of their people. Do you understand when you're talking about a country is not their leaders. A country is the people. A country is the people. So you don't have to tell Iraqis or Iranians what leaders you choose for them. They will tell you. The Iranians will tell you that they don't want the Islamic Republic. How about you just stop helping the Islamic Republic? How about that? And how about you get out of the fucking way when a country is actually trying to help, when we're aligned in our goals with another country? I speak to you as an Iranian, that it's because of people like you that the Iranian people don't get to have the government that they want. Not because of Israel. We want Israel meddling, because meddling is in line with what the wish of the Iranian people. Here's another example. When your country went into France to fight the Nazis, like if Anna was there back then, who were we to say who should be ruling over France? Who are we to say? Would she make that argument? Guys, would she make that argument? Does that make sense? Would that make sense? Like, oh, America shouldn't go fight the Nazis in France. Who are we to decide? If France is now ruled by the Nazis, who are we to tell them who their leaders should be? Their leaders are the Nazis now. Let it be. Would she use the same line of reasoning? It makes absolutely no sense. This is too easy. This is too easy. I don't even know. How do these people get so popular with such insane takes? Somebody explain this to me. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. Let's continue.
To tell any country who their leader should be.
Obviously, we like to see a regime change, at least I would, in Iran, just as I would like to see in Iraq. The question now is a practical question. What is the best place to proceed? It's not a question of whether Iraq's regime should be taken out, but when should it be taken out? It's not a question of whether you'd like to see a regime change in Iran, but how to achieve it.
Who is...
And that was completely correct. And the regime change in Iraq was a correct thing to do. The mistake that United States made was not that they toppled Saddam. Toppling Saddam was the correct move, and also Israel was completely justified to want for Saddam to be toppled. It was better for the Iraqi people. It was better for Israel. Saddam was a threat to Israel, so that was the correct move. That was the correct decision. And even though Iraq went through a period of chaos, right now, Iraq is now better than when it was under Saddam. And it's going to continue to get better. But the reason why we had a period of chaos was not because Saddam was toppled, but because United States, for some idiotic reason, decided to completely get rid of the Ba'ath Party and completely create a power vacuum by getting rid of the Ba'ath Party and not allowing anybody from that party to have any part of the government. And that power vacuum is why we had such a long period of chaos, and eventually we had the rise of ISIS. If they did not do that, this would not have to happen like this. It would have taken a shorter time for us to finish the period of chaos and start having Iraq turning into closer to a normal country. Hold on. We got a super chat. Flying Robot Duck, thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, wait, we got 3 super chats. Let me actually respond to them. Shauna is saying, hold on, let me actually read it from my phone because that's too far and I can't read it. It's too small. Shauna is saying, my ancestors worship Mercury. Really? Probably because Saturn was taken. Okay. That's a response to the crazy takes by Diamond and Crescent Abdullah. Saying, okay, LOL, also Esau doesn't mean Jesus. That's insane. And also Shauna also said, Esau is what Muslims call Jesus, basically. Shauna saying she's only an isolationist when it comes to Israel. Exactly. And then we have, no, actually, I think she's, the way I would phrase it is that she's only an isolationist until it comes to middling, unless it comes to stopping Israel. That's how I would phrase it. And then we have Flying Robot Duck with another super chat. Guys, thank you so much. You guys are being so generous today, saying Netanyahu cares more about the people of Iran than Ana Kasparian. Yes. True. When they talk about a country, they talk as if the government is the country. What an insult to the people of Iran and the people of Iraq by referring to the country as if that government is the country. Okay, so continue.
Our government, we should not be meddling in those matters in any sovereign country. It's up to the people of that country to either rise up and demand something different or to reform the system, whatever they want to do.
Whatever they want to do. It's up to the people, guys. It's up to the people. Oh, the people of Iran. Just rise up. Just rise up. Anna, why didn't you tell us? Holy shit. We Iranian people never thought about that. Guys, Anna's right. We wanted to, if we want a new government for our country, just rise up and change it. I wonder why we didn't try that. Except we did. The Iranian people did again and again and again and again, and they were shot in the face. They were tortured. They were executed, and they were raped, and they did not get the government that they want. You fucking idiot. You fucking moron. The Iranian people have tried many times. They paid a huge price for it. They can't get the government that they want. They're not armed. The government is armed. The Iranian people are not armed. Oh, it's not up to us. It's up to the Iranian people. Well, why didn't they think of that? Why didn't the Iranian people think of that? Well, thank you so much, Anna. I will go pass it on to other fellow Iranians. I'm glad that you came and educated us Iranians regarding what to do if we want to change our government. You fucking moron.
I'm not interested in regime change. It's not my place at all.
Here, I am the choir and you are preaching.
I can't take it. This is too insane. And this is only the second one. I have so many more to go. Guys, this is an important concept for you to understand, okay? When we talk about a nation state, sovereignty does not belong to the state. A country is a nation state. A country is a nation state, meaning it's a marriage between a nation and a state. And nationalism, which is a liberal value, means that the state is a representation of the nation for that nation. Fascism basically gets this the other way around. Fascism means that the nation is for the state. Nationalism means that the state is for the nation. Okay? And sovereignty between a country, if a country is a nation state, sovereignty based on liberal principles, nationalism means that sovereignty, nationalistic principles means that sovereignty belongs to the nation, not to the state. Sovereignty belongs to the nation, not the state. So sovereignty belongs to the people. So if you want to respect another country's sovereignty, you don't go respect the state unless the state is a representation of the people. If you want to respect a country's sovereignty, you have to respect the wish of the people, not the wish of the state. You have to respect the wish of the nation, not the state, unless the state is a reflection of the nation. So you are not violating the sovereignty of Iran, because the sovereignty of Iran should be belongs to the people, belongs to the nation. So if you're meddling in the state of this, which is the Islamic Republic, that is not meddling with the sovereignty of a country. I dumbed it down. I hope everybody, does that make sense? Please understand that principle, because it's very important. Oh, let me see. We got another super chat. Guys, we're getting, thank you guys. Today we're getting, we got 2 super chats. So let me see these super chats. Again, I'm going to read them from my phone because I put my screen way back and I can't read it. So Diamond Encrusted Abdullah, oh my God, this crazy guy, gave us another super chat saying Islam is a tool of Israel. Islam is a tool of Israel. This guy is a loony. Israel and CIA, they are looking for the Stargate, which is buried under Iran. Oh my God. Okay, make this a movie. It's actually an interesting movie. Hubble wrote the Talmud. Islam is a tool of shadow gods. Okay, sure, buddy. Again, I'm still waiting for you to add dragons. Why, guys, can you tell me why Diamond Encrusted Abdullah doesn't add dragon? I keep asking for dragons in his fantasy and he never adds dragons. Somebody help me. Tell me why he's resisting. Any fantasy without dragons is not a fantasy worth following. Flying Robot Duck with another super chat saying, when the Islamic Republic falls and Iran becomes a secular democracy, Anna will suddenly be very critical of Iran. Oh, true. I think so. Yes, he's going to be like, monarchs, fascists came into power. That's what she's going to say. Good prediction, Flying Robot Duck. That's a good prediction. It's very likely. And then we got another super chat from Avi. Avi, thank you so much for the super chat from Israel. I love it when people support us from Israel, saying, this is the woman who said that Israel's response to October 7th should have been commando raids to rescue hostages. She's insane. You don't have to be a General Patton to understand how ridiculous that is. Yes, that's these people. I don't know. They think that it's a Hollywood movie. It's like send Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible. They watch too many Hollywood movies. That's why I think it's possible. Anyways, that's a good point, actually. Oh my God. Not very smart. Wait, did I watch this already? Yes, I think so. Let me remove this video and let's watch this one now. Hold on. Let me actually put on all messages now. Okay, guys, thank you so much for the super chats. I will continue to read super chats during the show. So let's see what she says.
Most Americans do not want to go to war with Iran. And it didn't matter. The United States bombed Iran's nuclear sites on behalf.
Wait. Even the very few seconds, okay? Most Americans don't want to go to war with Iran. Okay, I agree. You know what the solution is? If America doesn't want to go to war with, but there's, first of all, not Iran, with the Islamic Republic, but the Islamic Republic is the enemy of the United States, and the Islamic Republic wants to eventually go to war with America, then you know how you get rid of the Islamic Republic without going to war with the Islamic Republic? You know how you could get this win-win situation? Americans don't want to go to war, but the Islamic Republic is at war with the United States. You want to get rid of that threat without going to war? What do you do? Guys, what do you do? Huh? How about you support Israel? And if you cannot do that, again, how about getting the fuck out of the way? How about that? Guys? How about that? How about that? Hey, Anna, the solution to your problem is Israel. If Americans don't want to go to war with the Islamic Republic, then support Israel more. How about that? How about we do that? The solution to she's saying this, not understanding that her point is the best justification for supporting Israel.
Half of Israel anyway. What democracy?
Wait, what? What democracy? What?
Nuclear sites on behalf of Israel anyway.
That's not going to work.
Want to go to war with Iran. And it didn't matter. The United States bombed Iran's nuclear sites on behalf of Israel anyway.
No. You don't understand what happened. The United States didn't bomb the Islamic Republic's nuclear sites on behalf of Israel. Okay. In fact, the United States bombed the Islamic Republic's nuclear site to get in the way of Israel, because Israel was about to topple the regime, and United States came and bombed those nuclear sites so that it could tell Israel, it's over, get out. We did it. We finished it. We've done the job. So it wasn't on behalf of Israel. It was actually against Israel. That was a move against Israel. You don't understand. How is this? Do you understand that what I'm doing is not my only job? I have a whole bunch of other things that I do. This is what she's doing. That's her only job. How do you not know this? I have businesses to run. I'm involved in so much other stuff, and I know what's happening. How could you be this ignorant about geopolitics when you're going on Tucker Carlson, which is a show with so much audience? Like, do you not follow the news? Do you not? What's your source? Is it TikTok? What do you do? How could you be this uninformed? You do realize that you don't have anything else to do other than study what you're about to go talk about on a platform with millions of viewers. Why do people get to be this stupid and this big at the same time?
What democracy? I have no power.
Wait, what democracy? What are you talking about?
What democracy? I have no power. The government's going to take part of my earnings that I worked really hard for, not to help my fellow American citizens who might need health care, who might have fallen on hard times and can't feed their families and need help with food assistance. It's not going to go to them. It's going to go to...
You idiot. If the United States military support for its allies is the reason why you could afford anything, you're worried about not being able to afford health care? You wouldn't even be able to afford food if it wasn't for the stability that came after the new international order with the backing of U.S. military, which involves supporting U.S.'s allies around the region. Do you understand? People don't understand the level of prosperity that we're in the middle of. People compare their lives to 20 years ago instead of 100 years ago, and they're like, oh my God, things suck because my parents could afford more things. And in fact, they couldn't. The only thing that your parents could afford more was housing and education and healthcare. And the reason why they could afford those things more is because the government got involved in those three things. But everything else is cheaper. Everything else is cheaper. But these are the most important parts that got more expensive, and they wouldn't have gotten more expensive if the government stood the F out. But the level of prosperity that you guys are enjoying, the level of peace, stability, and prosperity that you're enjoying, and you're so ungrateful because the only thing you could do, compare yourself to, is what came right before you instead of what came 100 years ago, because this is the best of times. And it is. Do you understand that before World War I and II, the world never saw this level of stability and peace? You turn on the news and you see war and you feel like, oh my God, the world is going to shed. It's not. This is so much less than what the world was used to. You have access to clean water, food, so much more than anyone in history ever had. And it's all because of your country's military. It's all because of United States backing stability around the world, because that's what is required to have international trade. The stability that the US military provides the stability for the international trade that reduces the price of everything and increases productivity in everything, trade and productivity of everything. And you guys want to stop that. You guys, along with the Islamic Republic and Putin and the CCP, no, not the CCP, they actually like it. You guys want to stop that. And you guys want to ruin the world that we live in. So yeah, what the US is doing when it comes to backing its allies, it's not just backing your allies, it's backing Americans and every other person in the world. The citizens of all countries, the citizens of every country in the world should be thanking America, because everything that they enjoy in their life right now is because of how big the US military is. Without it, the whole world would be a worse place. The whole world. The only thing you should be complaining about is why Europe and other advanced countries are not building their military, so that if you are upset about the amount of money you pay for the military, don't blame Israel. Israel is doing its part. Blame Europe. Ask Europe why they're not participating in providing. This is one thing I agree with Trump with. There's many things that I disagree when it comes to Trump, especially him stopping Netanyahu. But this is right. He's right. If you want to pay less for international stability, then stop attacking Israel. They're paying more than most people when it comes to fighting the enemies of the world liberal order and international stability. Blame Europe. Blame Canada. I say that as a Canadian.
For the bombs that are terrorizing people in Gaza, the West Bank, Iran. In fact, there's a huge Armenian community.
They're not terrorizing Iran. Oh my God, they're terrorizing. What? Hold on, let's listen to
Bombs
this.
that are terrorizing people in Gaza, the West Bank, Iran. In fact,
they're not terrorizing Iran. They're terrorizing the people who terrorize Iran. Do you understand that? This idiot still thinks that the people in Iran and their government are the same thing. I don't understand. How could somebody be this stupid? It makes no sense. Holy shit. It doesn't. Are they actually this stupid? Or is this just a money-making machine? Can somebody help me understand? Are they actually this dumb? Oh, wait, we got 2 super chats. So, Diamond Encrusted Abdullah. Oh, no. Wait, is this the old one? Yeah, that's the old one. Okay, no, that's a new one. Diamond Encrusted Abdullah is saying, I know you wouldn't shout at Shink like that. Oh, okay. Are you just? I already have, and I will continue to do that. I don't know why you would say that. I already have shows against him. And then we have a super chat by Angry Keyboard Warrior saying, according Harris Harvard, 57 of Americans supported ordering strikes on the Iranian regime to destroy its nuclear capability. Yes, there's much less sympathy. That's a very good point. Thank you, Angry Keyboard Warrior. There's much less sympathy. I mean, there's still too many people deluded thinking that the war in Gaza is Israel's fault, and too many people condemn that. But when it comes to the Islamic Republic, thanks to the Iranian people and their uprisings, which Anna seems to have completely ignored or missed out on, or like I don't know what's wrong with her. But thanks to the many uprisings of the Iranian people, the world has less sympathy for the Islamic Republic. So when it comes to actually striking the Islamic Republic, there is not much resistance against that, except by these idiots, by the far right and the far left. Again, guys, please understand that on this channel, when we say far right, we're not using it the same way that the far left people use it. Because when the far left says far right, they are referring to people who are patriotic and people who are against Islam, which is the correct position to have, and also people who are against mass migration towards their country, which is another correct position to have. Okay, when we say far right on this channel, we're talking about the woke right, the anti-Jewish, the anti-Israeli right, the actual fascist right. Let's continue.
There's a huge Armenian community in Iran, Christian Armenians, who are openly practicing their Christianity and going to church.
In Iran?
In Iran, yeah. Yep. Yes, I have family members. And
why aren't they all genocided by Iran? I thought.
Yeah, you would think that would happen, right? They're still able to practice their religion. They're still able to go to church.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
That's really, and the fact that Iran has a huge Christian population, I just think it's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not explained.
No one ever talks about that because it goes against the grain. It goes against the narrative of Iran. Most Americans.
Guys, I cannot take it. They're actually defending the Islamic Republic because it has not completely killed all the Christians in Iran. Did these people not know that we have Christians? Was this a revelation to them? So guys, the Christians in Iran, they're constantly discriminated against. They are constantly pressured to convert to Islam. They cannot advertise Christianity. Anytime a Christian talks to somebody about becoming a Christian, they get the death penalty. They don't get jobs. They can't enter universities. Basically, when you do the university entrance exam, you get put last because you're a Christian. There's an endless number of discriminations against Christians in Iran, but these people are surprised because they're still there, and they thought that, oh, they haven't completely commit and genocide on every single Christian. They are congratulating the Islamic Republic, even though they constantly discriminate against Christians in Iran. They're congratulating them for not completely killing every single one of them. I cannot believe how I seriously am lost for words. This is too much. This is way too much. And they didn't know this. They didn't know that they're Christians in Iran. Hey, let me tell you something. There's also Jews in Iran. Did you know that? Oh my God. Guys, you know what this sounds like? This sounds like saying, you know, Hitler didn't kill all the Jews, right? You know that he actually put some of them to work in the concentration camp. It's not like when the trains arrived, they just shot everyone right away. Some of them were actually put to work and they were kept alive. You don't hear that. You don't hear that about it. Like, oh, what the fuck? Are you serious? This is insane. And they think that you don't hear that in the media. This is common knowledge. If you don't know what's happening in Iran and you're this ignorant and you're just looking up facts, but guys, they're actually pro the Islamic Republic because they're telling you that as a way to defend the regime. They're actually defending the Islamic Republic. You're like, oh, guys, you know that the Islamic Republic is not that bad because they haven't committed a mass genocide on every single Christian in the country. Wow. Guys, let's give the Nobel Peace Prize to Khamenei. How about that? Jesus Christ, man, this is too stupid. I cannot take this level of stupidity. Guys, this is so too much. Let me see. We got another super chat from Shauna. Thank you so much, Shauna. You have been very generous today. Shauna is saying, America has always been a mass exporter of food and specifically a lot of meat compared to other nations. So we would have food. Everything else, you're correct. No. It's not about having the thing is having food. Okay, just because you make the food, that doesn't mean that it will be the same price if you were an isolationist. Okay, the food, the trade and interaction with all the countries, the reason why America is big, the economy of America is big, is its involvement and its trade with all these other countries. So even if you had all of the food, that food will still, Shana, that food will still be a lot more expensive if you were isolationist. Because think about all of the productivity that causes all of the technology and all of the better methods into getting that food, distributing that food. I mean, even in areas of your economy that has nothing to do with food production, just because it gets the economy growing faster, it makes you more efficient in other areas of your economy as well. So the price, even if you make all the food that you eat just in America, if you were an isolationist, the price of food would increase. Does that make sense, Shana? America is big because it is responsible for getting global trade where it is right now. That's why it's for this reason that they spend so much money in defending it, because they get something out of it. They get something out of it. It's not because the military industrial complex is making so much money off of it. It's because everyone is making so much money off of it. Does that make sense, Shana? In the chat? Let me see. Do we have time for another video? I think so. Yes, let's do another one. Hold on. That's not the frame that I want. There we go. All right, what is this one? Do we even have time for this one? Because I'm supposed to finish this video. Okay, this is just 1 minute. Let's just listen through it all the way through.
Can't deny what you're seeing on the ground in Gaza. You can't deny what's happening in the West Bank, not just in regard to Palestinian Muslims, but also Palestinian Christians. You can't deny the fact that that one and only Catholic church in Gaza was bombed, was attacked. You can't deny the fact that churches have been targeted in the West Bank as well. Like, people can lie to us as much as they want, but
targeted. Why would Israel do that? Israel's like, hey, why would the churches be targeted? Guys, it's not that there are terrorists in these buildings hiding and shooting at the IDF soldiers, and that's why we need to attack that area. It's because the IDF was like, hey, we hate churches. Let's blow up churches. Guys, tell me that this is not anti-Jewish, because this is anti-Jewish. Because what other reason could you be insinuating for Israel to be targeting churches? Do you understand what level of conspiracy theories you have to believe in to think that Israel is just going to Gaza and like, let's destroy the churches? Why? Because we're Jews and we hate Christianity. Sure. God, this is so gross. This is anti-Semitism. They tell us like, oh, if anybody criticizes Israel, you call them anti-Semites. No! If you say this, if you suggest, because what other reason would you be suggesting? What would they gain out of targeting churches? What would be the benefit? The only reason that you could be suggesting is because they're Jews and they hate Christians. That's what you're suggesting. So this is obviously anti-Semitism. Guys, why would Israel, like, do they think that Israel is not just that Israel is evil? They have this cartoon villain version of Israel in their mind. Because in the real world, when we have evil actually, when they do evil things, is for some practical reasons. Only in cartoons, evil characters are doing evil things. Not even actually, cartoons are better these days. Only in cartoons, evil characters do evil things just to be evil. Why would Israel, what would they get out of it? I know what you get out of it. You are tapping into a far-right Christian community audience that is paying you handsomely with views. That's what you're doing. Because since when Anna is like, oh my God, no, not the churches. Only since when you realize that there is among Christians a lot of Jew haters. It's not just the Muslims. Unfortunately, Jew hatred is very common around the world. It's not just Muslims. We have some crazy Christians that are also like that. So yes, coming here on Tucker Carlson and saying the Jews are blowing up the churches is a really good way to get the anti-Jewish audience in America. Thank you, Imran, in the chat.
The videos are out there.
How
The
do you
images
blow
are
up
out
a
there.
church if you've got munitions, laser-guided munitions that are so sophisticated that they can take out, a guy in an SUV from 30,000 feet? How do you blow up a church with a giant cross?
Because you cannot repeat that every single time, you idiot. Do you understand the same Israel that has done some amazing operations like the pager attacks or taking out Ismail Haniyeh is also the same Israel that by mistake they shot some of their own hostages? Do you understand that that's the same country that sometimes also when there is a terrorist in a church, there's nothing else to do other than take out the target? Just because sometimes Israel has managed to do some amazing things that impresses all of us, it doesn't mean that you could do that every single time, everywhere. How do you not get this? Go talk to a military expert.
It was just an accident, Tucker. It was an accident.
No, it was not an accident, Anna. It was a deliberate attack against terrorists who were in the freaking church. What am I supposed to do? Or like, oh no, this person is killing my soldiers. But no, it's in the church, so don't take him out. Bull crap. Take him out. Okay, wait. We got so many super chats, but let me actually finish.
It's not the first church.
No, it's not. And it wasn't an accident. Wasn't an accident.
But what is the answer? Can anyone get an answer?
I know the answer. Israel wants a Jewish state and they want to expand. They have something known as the Greater Israel Project. They intend to annex the whole of the West Bank. In fact, Miriam Adelson legally bribed Donald Trump to ensure that that happens. And Israel announced that that's what they're going to do, and they're doing it.
Okay. First of all, how does blowing churches in Gaza help with the Greater Israel Project, which is another conspiracy theory? Okay? Other than you suggesting that the Greater Israel Project involves cleansing this entire land from anything that is not Jewish. You see how that's anti-Semitic? You see how you're being anti-Semitic, Anna? Also, the Greater Israel Project is not the policy of Israel, you freaking moron. You're talking about the country that has given up land for the sake of peace more than every other country in the whole world. There is no country that had land that could have kept, that gave it up for the sake of peace more than Israel. How do you get to accuse that country of having the plan of a Greater Israel? Holy shit. It's not that they're just lying, it's that they could not be more lying. This is the maximum level of lying. What? This is again, these are the people who say Israel is committing genocide. So when you hear them say that Israel is trying to get the Greater Israel Project while being the country that has given up more land than anyone else for the sake of peace, the Sinai Peninsula and Gaza, the Sinai Peninsula was 3 times the size of Israel. And they had it, and they just gave it away. They're like, you could have it, but can we have peace? Holy shit. So if they are saying that, obviously, the same people, if they say that Israel is committing genocide, it suggests that Israel is actually the very opposite of what they're suggesting. It's the most moral, the most ethical army in the world. It's the IDF. Okay. Let me actually respond. I have another show. I'm going to respond to the super chats because I need to go to my personal channel after this. We're going to have a more peaceful show on my personal channel, okay? On my personal channel, in half an hour, I'm going to go talk about how people could make money on YouTube with just really little views, even if you have a small channel. On my personal channel, we talk about wealth creation using technology, So no shouting, and hopefully no shouting over there. So my personal channel is called Armin Navabi. After I finish this show, a half an hour after I finish this show, I'm gonna go over there and talk about that. Okay, but let's finish this, and then I'm gonna go take a break and get ready for my show on my personal channel. Okay, so my personal channel is not politics, it's not religion, it's just wealth creation using technology. Okay, so let's look at this super chats. Let me actually look at it on my phone because it's too small on my screen. Shauna say makes sense, but we always had our own farms until recently. I'm not advocating for it. I'm just saying we wouldn't be starving. Yes, of course you wouldn't be starving. You would just be paying a lot more for it. Okay, when I say compare our situation compared to 100 years ago, obviously 100 years ago, not everybody was starving. Okay, so there were more people starving, but yeah, so things are a lot better. Things would be way more expensive. That's what I'm suggesting. And then let's go to the two crazy super chats by Diamond and Crescent Warrior saying, would you look look on top of Saturn? You will know who I am. Okay. I didn't know they had internet connection there. You're right now you're on top of Saturn? You have Wi-Fi on top of Saturn? Wow. I should tell Iranians. We're having internet connections in Iran. Saturn has internet, but Iran is dealing with internet issues. Okay, so another crazy super chat from Diamond Encrusted saying, the Jews crucified Jesus. Nope, it wasn't the Jews, it was the Romans. So you don't even know. Okay, and it was, and also the Jews, first of all, that story is fake, but also, even if that story was real, the Jews who were responsible are not all the Jews, okay? You are an anti-Semite, and you're just generalizing, okay? That's called guilt by association, and it didn't happen anyways. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna go get ready for my personal show on my personal channel. Those topics there are not gonna make me this angry. Hopefully, over there is more calm, more chill. So if you're interested in figuring out the real way of actually making money on YouTube without having to wait for thousands of subscribers, I'll let you know what the secret is. Oh wait, we got another super chat. What is this? Cars in Dimension is saying no church was destroyed. The church in Gaza was damaged by shrapnel from a tank shell, and there's only that one photo of a damaged wall. In West Bank was a bushfire, I think you mean, not near ruins of an ancient church. Okay, if no churches, but here's the thing: if the churches, even if there are churches destroyed, I'm pretty sure it's because something was there. The point, okay, so thank you for clarifying. The point I'm making is that Israel, if a church is completely destroyed, obviously it's not because Israel went and gone and deliberately said that, hey, let's destroy churches in Gaza for greater Israel. That is lunacy. Do you agree with that? Cars in Dimension. Does that make sense? Yeah, so thanks for explaining that. That was helpful. But yeah, I mean, if there are, for example, a Hamas leader in a church, okay, and the IDF figures that out, and the only way they could get rid of that guy is by bombing that church, then can you agree? Okay, you're saying agreed. Can you agree with me that, yeah, take out the church? Just take out the church. Obviously, the value of the lives that terrorist is going to take, if you let him go, is more than the building. Can we agree with that? I think we could agree with that. Anyways, let's head out. Now I'm going to go get ready for my other channel. And thank you guys for being here. Make sure you like the stream. And I'm going to be again here you know what? I'm going to keep doing this for a while. I'm going to go get the videos of these idiots attacking Israel, and I'm going to respond to them. I think that's useful because I don't see other people responding as well as I do. Okay. I see big panels with millions of views, and I'm listening to the debates. I'm like, what the hell? Answer her like that. Why are you not telling her this? Answer her. And guys, you guys help as well, because you sometimes bring me some points that I didn't consider, right? But so it's a group effort. We're doing this together. So thank you for sometimes telling me if I get something wrong, right? But because I feel like the actual good responses are missing, I am going to spend more time defending Israel against all of this hatred and all of these attacks, okay? Because I think we're doing good. I think this channel does a good job responding to all of this nonsense, right? Anyways, let's go for the personal channel. If you guys are interested in that, come over there. And I'm Israel Chai, Javicha. Thank you guys. And also thank you. I see Israelis in the chat also writing Javicha. I see you guys. You guys are amazing. And also the rest of you, Heavy Girl, Cat Lady. Again, I'm not going to mention names because I'm not going to be able to mention everybody. Okay. But all of you, I see all of you. Thank you for being here. And then tomorrow, same time, I'm going to do the same thing. Same time, same thing. Okay. Bye. Mwah.